welcome to another application review by Trevor Sullivan. Today we're going to be looking at the TweetLanes app, which is a Twitter app for Google's Android operating system. Unfortunately, this app doesn't have any widgets to show off, so let's get started with the main application. We're going to be looking at this application on Google's Nexus 10 tablet, which is a beautiful 2560 by 1600 LCD panel, which is very bright and vivid and perfect for viewing Twitter data. So let's go ahead and fire up the application, and as you can see on the main application screen we've got our user profile, and if we look at the top left we can actually configure multiple accounts and very easily switch between all of them, tweet from them, see who's following us, see who's mentioned us, direct messaged us, so it's very easy to manage multiple personalities within this application. One thing I'd like to point out on this application is that it's very unique in that you can multi-select tweets on your timeline and interact with those accounts all at the same time. So sometimes it's a little bit finicky, but basically all you have to do is long press on a tweet to select it, then you can simply tap on other tweets to add them to your selection. And then in the top right here you have a menu that allows you to manage friendship, block user, or report users for spam. So if you're a person who gets a lot of spam messages, then you can very easily select multiple accounts and mark them as spam. If you do have multiple tweets selected and you've got a lot more selected all at the same time and you want to deselect them, a really easy way to do that is simply to swipe to the left and swipe to the right, and you're back to where you started. Another feature of the TweetLanes app is the ability to favorite tweets, which is a pretty basic function but also pretty important. So to favorite a tweet, all you have to do is tap on the tweet. It brings up the tweet context area, and you can have the retweet button, and you've got a little star which allows you to favorite that tweet. Something else I would like to point out about the TweetLanes app is that when you're sharing data from other applications such as the web browser Google Chrome, when you share a web page with the app, you'll see that you actually get a title of the web page along with the link. And I would also like to demonstrate to you how that differs from the official Twitter app, because the official Twitter app unfortunately does not seem to capture the title of the page. It simply captures a link to the page. So that makes it kind of challenging if you want to simply really quickly tweet out a link, but you want some information about what that link is to go along with it. So TweetLanes is definitely better than the official Twitter app in that regards. I will point out that some screen real estate, as you can see on both sides here, is being wasted by this application. It's not really making that good use of it on a tablet. On a phone, it's probably less noticeable, but on a tablet, you know, there's a lot of extra space and it should really be used as best as possible. It does work well in both portrait and landscape modes. It's quite similar to the landscape mode and the portrait mode. However, the only difference is that your margins on the left and right side kind of crunch down just a little bit. It still looks great. It's very easy to swipe between tabs, and it's very kind of easy to navigate. So if we go back up to our main level here, you'll see on this second level that we've got a number of tabs listed that we can swipe back and forth on. Now this is a really easy to navigate interface, but unfortunately it seems that the author of this application has elected to include Twitter lists in this list of items. So if you're somebody who has lots of Twitter lists, you could end up scrolling through this page for quite a while, which might be a challenge. One shortcoming of this application is that if you're looking at another user, say Android Police here, there's no way to view that person's Twitter lists. So if you're somebody that commonly uses lists on Twitter, you might want to look to a different application to manage those lists. Additionally, on this same page, you'll also notice that there's no ability to manage your own lists. So if you wanted to add Android Police to one of your own lists, that might be a bit of a challenge. Another feature I'd like to point out is that if you're on your timeline, there's a really quick ability to filter your feed right here in the top right menu. And there's two basic options. One allows you to hide replies, and the other allows you to hide retweeted tweets. And so those two filters, while they're not very customizable, they can allow you to quickly clean up your timeline if you want to see only original tweets. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review of the application. Again, the shortcomings are really just list management of Twitter users, a little bit of wasted screen real estate on the sides, but other than that, it's got some really cool basic functionality, and the author's always releasing updates to it, so I would highly recommend that you guys check it out if you're a heavy Twitter user. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.